Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the A1-WT2. This is what is called a premium pinning tray, a really common piece of equipment. Why so? Well, because it is really handy in the sense that it allows you to keep your pins organized. You can... I've never historically used a pinning tray, but recently they've come into favor for me because they are easier to keep stuff organized when you are trying to not lose track of where you are. The reason I've started using them is because I get pulled in multiple directions, and I'll very often need to walk away from something and come back and say, what the heck is going on here? What am I doing? A pinning tray helps reduce the what the heck is going on here? What am I doing portion. I'm going to say that this is made of zinc, and the reason I say that it is because it's non-magnetic. It's not ferrous, and it's heavy, okay, and that it has a decent finish. I'm going to say that this is powder-coated black. So what you have here is a miscellaneous tray, obviously for springs. You're going to be able to put your plug down in here. You can rest your key inside of here. I use to great effect when I lay my plug in there, and I can slowly pull the key out should I want to. Okay. I can obviously load my pins, my bottom and my top pins. Whatever methodology you use is certainly good enough. The reason I think what you're gonna really see here is, you're gonna have bottom pins, you're gonna have master pins, you're gonna have driver pins, and according to the manufacturer, this all-metal pinning tray makes it perfect. It's perfect weight and durable. It weighs literally 0.45 pounds, so it's almost a half a pound. It is 4.5 wide. It is 2 3/8 deep, and overall height is going to get you right at about 1/2 inch. Okay, stackable. Okay, stack a dozen or more, takes up less space on the bench when not in use. Again, this is matte black powder coat finish. Pin chambers 1 through 7. Handy parts tray for things like covers, clips, and tail pieces. Plug area accommodates the cylinder plug when the key is inserted. When bumped, the square pockets keep the pins in place, meaning these aren't rounded on the sides, they're square, so you really got to dislodge this to get pins to jump out on you. A1's premium pinning tray features all metal, stackable, comes in a matte black finish. Numbers obviously 1 through 7. And that's what it's going to look like. Okay. I generally don't get into 3 master wafers in a chamber, so this pinning kit is really, I think, going to be able to handle pretty much everything you're doing. And if I ever did a system, I would obviously use the driver area for that. Okay. My logic is I would put my bottom pins here, my master wafers here or here, and then anything else that needs to happen up here. And really where I use this to best effect is when I'm unloading a cylinder. I want to retain where the material is. I've got a cylinder. I need to introduce a new key to it. Or I have a cylinder and I don't know the key to it. So I don't have a key. I've shimmed it open. I'm going to take those pins out, and then I'm going to cut a key based on the information I have given to me by the pins themselves. The point of the matter is, you have one chance really to not lose the order in which those work because you don't know what key operated it. So you can load the existing pins 1 through 7. The point of that is you have other keys out on the project that work, and they work perfectly. So you've got to take the pins out, decode them, cut your key by code, or using spacing and depth charts if you can, which you should be able to. But you have to put it back so as to preserve the existing keys that pass through the cylinder. And that's where this really comes into play. They're not inexpensive, but at the same time, they're quite elegant and very worthwhile. It's something that will very likely last your entire career, and I could not encourage considering it more than having made a video encouraging you to consider it. Now, speaking of encouraging you to consider it, there is a link below this video to the manufacturer's page, A1. Their catalog is there. A variety of videos that they have produced are there. Their website link is there, and all the A1 products that we sell are there as well. Most notable from A1 is, just a quick aside, 20 plus years ago, the salesman brought into me their Pack-a-Punch, their pistol grip style clipper or key cutter, just a handheld machine, maybe weighs 1.25 pounds, something like that. Well, I looked at that Pack-a-Punch, and it's in the catalog. If you want to navigate to it, you'll see what I'm talking about. I was incredibly suspect of its ability to cut reliably, predictably, and do so in a long-term fashion. Well, like many really cool pieces of keying equipment, it gets in the back of your head, and you just, you have to have it. So sure enough, 6 weeks later, I had given in, ordered the Pack-a-Punch, and I was set it up really nice and easy. I remember exactly standing at the key bench. Schlage, it can do as a full complement of automotive cutting. Primus, it can do obviously your standard, your quick set. Well, started cutting. I cut my first key with it. Depth knob, got it set to the right one position, set my depth knob, cut. Great. You know why? I says, I'm feeling lucky. I cut all 5. Well, I had my cylinder open. I put the key in. I says, my goodness, that is good stuff. Incredibly accurate. And that thing, after 10 years, it was still cutting as accurate as day one, basically. And what I like most about it is I would get called to go to a 3-flat and rekey the whole project. Maybe about 20 locks, something like that. With the commons, maybe 22, something like that. Generally take me about 3 hours if I wasn't trying to move really quick. I'd like to go when there's not a lot of traffic. Because why? You're standing at these people's doorways and you've got locksmithing equipment out. But what's really great about the Pack-a-Punch, it goes right into what I call your doctor's bag. You can go with your tiny little lab kit, that little tiny one, enough to do 20 locks. Put that in your bag, put your Pack-a-Punch in the bag, and nobody is none the wiser that you're walking around with $1,000 of locksmithing equipment, usually. To take your Blue Punch, great, that works. And if someone was with me, I would have them blue punching the keys if it was a larger project. But the point of the matter is you've got eyes on your locksmithing equipment with your Pack-a-Punch. It's really easy to keep eyes on it because it's in your zipped bag, which is basically right at your feet. Nothing loose or extraneous, and that's, to me, the most advantageous reason to own that A1. If you go remote, or if you need to just quickly cut a key without getting in anyone's way, the machine is portable, is what I'm also trying to say. You can cut them at your desk or over a garbage can like I do. Anyway, I'm partial to A1 because of the quality of their product, but also the quality of their technical support. 100% of the time I reach out to them and say, I need help with a description, clarification, or how something works. I always get an answer, and it's really great. They understand the locksmith community, and it's proven by their responsiveness of customer service and technical support. If you have any questions on the A1-WT2 Premium Pinning Tray or any other A1 product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.